Thanks, Richard, for that introduction. Thanks for those listening in. Thank you all for coming and listening to the Estrella story. And what an interesting story have I got to tell you today. It's new, it's emerging, and it's significant. What I'm about to tell you, I hope, will change some of your lives. Usual disclaimer, please go to the ASX. I implore you to go and read our announcements, go through them carefully, and see how significant this Estrella story is in Timor-Leste. So what are we? We're a micro-cap explorer based in Perth, Western Australia. We pivoted to Timor-Leste 2 years ago, part of an international tender that was run by the country. We were successful in pre-qualifying. We were awarded the first 3 tenements in the country by the revered Xanana Gusmao. Tenements 1, 2 and 3. And I can tell you I'm pretty excited holding those concessions today. We've expanded. We're now the largest concession holder in the country with our joint venture partner, the mining company of Timor-Leste, IMARC, which is obviously the government mining body, is our partner. But just take a look at that first intersection, that first hole that we drilled at Iramiri less than 6 months ago. That's right, you are reading correctly. That is 8 metres at 53% manganese. You will not find that sort of grade anywhere else on the planet. I haven't been able to see it. It's pure. You take the volatilities out, your manganese oxide is up around 75, 80, 85% manganese. It's pure. There is no deleterious elements in here. There's no phos. There's no sulphur. There's no iron. More importantly, there is no boron. And that's extremely important for specialty alloys and being used to create all of the important steels that we use in all the technologies today. The other important aspect that we've discovered is the limestone and high-grade calcite as part of our work. That calcite we're looking to export into a completely new market in Southeast Asia. We were, as I mentioned, pivoted to Timor as a beat-up nickel sulphide explorer, 4 million market cap, no money in the bank. Now we're on the verge of building probably something for the country which will be groundbreaking for them, but it will be very significant in terms of cash flow and GDP, which they desperately need because the oil and gas revenues have tailed out of Bayi-Undan. That's why they opened up the mining industry to us and to the international community, and we're the only ones there. I can tell you I'm like a kid in a lolly shop at the moment. I want to just run around with our geologists who are expanding. You can see the smiles on their faces. We keep finding this stuff day in, day out, and we're drilling every day. We've got the rigs on the ground. It's virtually unexplored. And why is it unexplored? It's because they had conflict for 30 years. They were with the Indonesians for 30 years in conflict. They didn't have an opportunity to explore the country. There was no mining code until 3 years ago. It's only just opened up, and it's opened up to us in this little company called Estrella Resources. We've got strong government support, and my friend Raphael here today. There's good infrastructure in place. That's my journey. I started in 2008 in and out of Timor. Didn't have a mining code, but they have one now. Xanana Gusmao gave me 1, 2 and 3 tenements. We're now the largest concession holder in the country. And there we are, the northeastern coast of Timor-Leste. It's pretty hard to find manganese when it's outcropping its surface and it slaps you in the face and it's going plus 50%. It's a dream. Bulk commodities, which manganese is a bulk commodity for export, DSO, you've got to have good logistics. I'm 2,000 metres from a sealed road. I'm 15 kilometres from a deep water port. Think Western Australian manganese, 350, 400 kilometres from the coast. Think South African ores, 1,000 kilometres from the coast. I'm 15 kilometres from a port. I'm 2,000 metres from a sealed highway. You get the message. High value product, dig it out of the ground, you sell it, you make money. We've done this only in a very short period of time. Our first drill hole went in 6 months after discovery, 6 months after tenement were awarded. That's Irimiri. As I said, it's pretty hard when it outcrops at surface. Someone said to me, how deep do you have to drill? Not very deep. It's from surface. In fact, it outcrops through the surface. This is a picture that we released last week. It's one of our drill holes, most recent drill holes. It's over 12 metres thick. That's world class. At a grade of plus 50%, the assays will be returned in 3 to 4 weeks. It's been PXRF'd. It's no different to hole 1. It'll be a sensational result. It's open. Irimiri is open to the northwest and southeast, and we continue to drill and we can continue to intersect this type of mineralisation. I'll keep going because I'm probably boring a lot of people with those sort of intersections in that grade, but I can tell you, you will not find this anywhere else on the planet. We're looking at 10,000 metres of drilling, but that'll be expanded. We put the very first drill holes into the country ever. We're pretty much a company that's doing first in tenements, first in discovery, first to drill the drill holes. We'll be the first to mine in Timor. But it's not just Irimiri, there is other projects. We haven't got to them yet, but we will. Just take a look at the grades. 50% plus. That bottom right-hand slide, you can see our geologist, or you may just make him out. He's the little blue man at the somewhere down in there in the bottom. But that gives you a sense of scale. We sent our geologists down in the valley, and there's the manganese. This is outcrops at surface. Just come and drill me. We will, and we'll make discoveries. And then there was the limestone, and this is the next big story emerging for us. This will be a completely new market. What I'm about to tell you will probably, you'll sit there in an amazement because this is about to blow your socks off. We're going to drill out a 500 million tonne calcite, high-grade calcite resource in the coming months. We've already set in place and in train some of the works and designing for even the mine before we've even got the resource, because we know the resource is going to be there. We're getting ahead of the curve like we have all the way through. We've got engineering companies designing port outload up to 100 million tonnes per annum. Yes, you heard that right. 100 million tonnes per annum. I think I can make a margin more than $1, so you can do the maths. 500 million tonnes is the first targeted resource. We've signed an agreement with an Indonesian partners for supply of up to 100 million tonnes of high-grade calcite to supply industry in Indonesia. If we're supplying the market at that sort of run rate and we're mining at that sort of run rate, our cost of production will be super low. World competitive. We'll be looking at other markets. Those discussions are already underway. The agreement with REM is performance-based. They get to take 20% of Estrella for $25 million, but they get to buy a lot of tonnes of material before they get that equity stake. So it's performance-based. You buy 100 million tonnes of our ore, you get 100 million of our options, but you've got to pay for it as well. It's a great deal for us, it's a great deal for them, and it's a great deal for Timor-Leste. As I said, infrastructure is key. There's already a deep water port at Com, 15 kilometres from the manganese outcrop. There's a fully sealed bitumen highway across the country, as I mentioned, with 2,000 metres from a sealed road. We're working with Murak Rai, the state-owned mining company. That's Shanana Guzmau. When I went back in March and I said, Shanana, I know you told me to find more than sand and gravel. I did better. I found a world-class manganese project for the country. So I'll leave you with that. They're the highlights. They're our team. It's expanding. That's our first drill hole. And geez, wasn't it a good one? Limestone opportunities emerging. We've got the commercial arrangements in place. We've got an extremely supportive government in Timor-Leste, and I urge you to go to their stand and talk to them. We'd love to have more people up there running around in the lolly shop with us. Come and have a beer with me up in Timor. Good luck and God bless.